First, think. Second, dream. Third, believe. And finally, dare. Can you guess the famous film producer who said this? I'll give you a hint. He's made over 100 films that you've probably grown up with. Some may have influenced you in some way. Some may have shaped your childhood. Some left you with fairy dust and magic. And if you guess Walt Disney, then you are correct. Disney movies are something that have certainly shaped my childhood. I've watched Aladdin 300 times and plan on watching it 300 more times. Disney is the one that inspired my adventurous spirit and my interest in books and films. The man behind your classics like Cinderella and Snow White started off with humble beginnings. To see what shaped him into being one of the biggest Hollywood producers, we'll look at his life when he started off as a young, struggling artist. Now, before becoming a successful animator and producer, Walt Disney started at the bottom of the Hollywood food chain. He grew up in Chicago and already had a knack for art and drawing. When he was younger, Disney decided to join the army, but according to biography.com, he was rejected because he was too young. Now, after rejection from the military, Disney decided to get a job as a newspaper artist and draw miniature cartoon characters. Now, Walt Disney before the awards was just an average everyday guy. I mean, he suffered from rejection and disappointment like most average people do, but still didn't let that get to him. Disney decided to start his own animation company, but that soon went bankrupt. After the failure of his first animation company, Disney moved to Hollywood with his brother and decided to start a new animation company that would eventually become the Walt Disney Company that we all know. Now, what I love about Walt Disney is his tenacity and his drive. Again, he went bankrupt from his first company, but that did not stop him from making another one. His ability to see the bigger picture is one of his best qualities. The Walt Disney Company first started off making miniature cartoons like the Alice comedies. The small success of the Alice comedies led to the creation of Mickey Mouse. Now, Disney garnered much success from the character of Mickey Mouse, which was the first real Disney character. But this was still not enough for the company. Disney decided to make the first animated feature film, which is something that has never been done before in the 1930s. Biography.com says that naysayers, including his wife, warned him that audiences, especially adults, wouldn't sit through a feature-length film. But Disney, being able to see the bigger picture, decided to still go with his idea of making an animated film. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs came out in 1937 and became one of the most popular films of the time, and it even earned Walt Disney his first Oscar. Now, after the success of Snow White, Disney made more classics like Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Bambi, Pinocchio, just to name a few. He even opened his own theme park. Now, unfortunately, in 1956, Disney died of lung cancer, but his legacy and his ideas still remain in the Disney Company today. Everything Disney pushed for in his films is still used. Color, fairy tales, just to name a few, just show that Disney's legacy is still with us. Walt Disney himself was an innovator who did not stop working on the next best thing. Even movies that Disney himself did not make still have his influence. An example would be Pirates of the Caribbean. As Mercury News states about Disney's innovations, they say that using the technology to create attractions within human and animal figures inspired Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, Disney himself has won more than 20 Academy Awards, and he's shaped animation today. First, the stories these movies tell bring people together. I mean, who doesn't want to sing Hakuna Matata in a movie theater? And the films and the messages are powerful stories for people and younger audiences. According to an article from Student Film Reviews published on May 7, 2012, what makes Walt Disney himself so popular was that he revolutionized the film industry by designing films that were targeted towards younger audiences and groups of all ages to tell epic stories of adventure and fantasy. Now, from starting off as a small-town newspaper artist to becoming one of the biggest Hollywood producers ever known to man, Disney's story is one that is inspirational. I mean, Disney had many ups and downs, but still, he had one of the biggest impacts on people, having so many awards, so many films, even a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, even having a character, Snow White, a fictional character, on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. If there's one thing to take away from Disney, is that if you can dream it, you can make it happen. As he once said, all dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them.